Hi, in today's video, we will quickly present you all changes that are planned to be implemented in the Reforged update. Before we dive into the changes, bear in mind that all changes presented in this video are still work in progress, and updates shouldn't come into the game before July, so there is still a lot that can change. Let's start with what you will see right after entering the game. Right after the first login, you will see a pop-up showing number of your converted resources. Due to the fact that currencies such as Free XP, Crew XP, and Elite XP are being removed, you are being compensated for all of the leftovers of them you had on your account before the update was implemented. Second thing you will quickly notice is different user interface and changed tiers of vehicles, as well as some names next to them. Those names designate sets in which said vehicles are included. Sets are a new system that entirely replaces current tech trees. Now you no longer research all tanks one after another. What you need to do is increase your account level by playing the game and then unlock the set you want with keys. Once the set is unlocked, you can increase its level by playing any of the vehicles included in it. The higher the set level, the more vehicles you have access to. You can buy all standard vehicle in a set for credits once you reach required level. For premium vehicles, you will need gold. The most important difference between this system and the old one is the fact that you can research all vehicles included in a set by playing a single tank. You no longer need to play on each tier to progress. If you don't like some tank inside of the set, you can just skip it entirely. On top of that, you no longer need experience to get better modules for your tank. You can simply get them for credits. As you have probably already noticed, there are now only 7 tiers of tanks. Does that mean that some tiers got removed? No. All current tanks from Tier 4 to Tier 10 were moved 3 tiers down, while all lower tiers were moved to a separate category. These tanks will be included in vintage sets and have their own matchmaking. They will also all undergo a massive rebalance so they can better fit into the new system. Sadly, vintage tanks are still being worked on, so they weren't included into the test version of the update. Let's move to statistics now. There will be no more win rate. All other stats will remain in the game, but from Reforged upgrade onwards, they will be calculated and based on your performance in new ranking battles, which will be the new main mode. Don't confuse them with current rank battles. New mode will be based on them, but will have a few major differences. From Reforged update, ranking battles will have 7 leagues instead of 5. First 5 divisions will be achievable based on the rating. Once your rating reaches a certain amount, you will go into a new league, exactly the same as it is now in ranked battles. 2 highest leagues will be different. First one will include a certain percent of best players, while the second one will include 1,000 best players from the whole server. Due to it being a main mode now, we can expect much higher number of players in it. Thus, matchmaking should also have an easier time creating matches with players of similar skill level on both sides. The mode is also said to undergo some other changes, but it is still currently being worked on, so we will need to wait for more information. Even though they are no longer the main mode, random battles will not be removed. They will still be there, but they will no longer influence player statistics and will bring significantly less resources than ranking battles. If you want to purely have some fun, you can still play them, but it won't be as profitable. Next huge change that is planned to be included into the Reforged version is Crew Rework. Current system will be replaced by commanders. All current skills will be entirely removed from the game, for which you will be compensated with currency, allowing you to quickly progress in the new system. All commanders have 2 different abilities. You can upgrade them simply by playing tanks with them equipped. Their abilities may seem very strong for now, but all of the exact values of bonuses they give are placeholder as of now. You can expect them to keep their abilities in release version, but their effectiveness may be very different, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to cover each of them in detail. Every commander will be possible to unlock for free through in-game activities. All commanders have their own set of voice lines you will hear in battle. If you don't like them though, in release version of the update, you will be able to switch back to current national crew voice lines. When it comes to unlocking new tanks, as you already know, you will need account level for that. In order to increase it, you just need to play and unlock new vehicles. Up to level 60, you will receive various rewards which will help you progress quicker. From that point all the way up to level 500, which is said to be max, you will only receive keys for unlocking new sets. When it comes to maps, besides graphic improvements, they received many other changes which will influence the way you can play on them. The map to receive the biggest amount of changes is Dead Rail. Med's side became much more flat, and the small hill in the middle became less steep. There are more wagons to cover behind on the middle, while the heavy side got higher hills with less steep tops. Classic tank destroyer bushes in corner became lower and flatter. It could make this class much less influential on this map. Near the A point, a big hill was added that you can drive on in order to get some shots on enemy tanks. Definitely the most awaited part of the updated, viewed nearly exclusively positively by community, was graphic and physics changes. In the new update, you can now flip your tanks. Of course, for it not be too punishing, as soon as your flipped tank hits the ground, it will be flipped back on its tracks, but you may take some damage in the process, so you should still be careful. The feature itself seems great, but we don't really see any point in tank flipping feature if your tank can't stay that way. In our opinion, it would be better if you had to wait a bit before your tank gets back on tracks. All kind of sounds undergone an improvement. Sniper mode reticle has also changed quite a bit. Graphics are also much better. It is much more detailed and has many new effects like sparks coming from tanks' tracks when driving on certain types of terrain. In the test version, water hasn't been fully implemented yet, but it will be done before the official release. New garage interface is pretty decent once you get used to it. It doesn't offer any major improvements over the previous one, but isn't that bad either. Only problem we found with it is interface of sets. It seems a bit weird and is harder to navigate than what we used to have with tech trees. Battle interface didn't have as many changes. Gameplay itself didn't change nearly at all. In this aspect, most players should be satisfied. To conclude, the game didn't change as much as it was probably expected. From gameplay perspective, it remained nearly identical. Pace of researching new vehicles should slow down quite a bit, but it was to be expected with how easy it is now using experience multipliers. Crew grind, on the other hand, should become much less time-consuming since maxing out all 4 basic commanders will take 6 times less time than maxing out all crew skills in current system. Optimization of the game seems to be pretty good. We didn't notice any FPS drops nor increases in system specification requirements. And that's all from us for today. See you soon in future videos.